Hey guys, Turkey's Clocks here with another set of NFL predictions. This time, week 9. So, alright, so the game's on in an hour, so that's why I'm recording this. The Green Bay Packers take on the San Francisco 49ers, and I believe the Packers are going to dominate the 49ers based on what I saw last week with the Seahawks. So, yeah. 49ers are looking okay for the most part, but not as good as the Packers. Sure, they played a good game last week against the Vikings and still lost, but I think they have another chance at a win here. So, I'm going to go with the Packers. Two of the worst teams in the league, folks. Two of the worst teams in the league face off. The Houston Texans take on the Jacksonville Jaguars. I put a lot of faith in Jacksonville lately, so I don't necessarily want Houston to win. I don't necessarily want Jacksonville to win. But if I had to go with one, which I have to because they're predictions, I'm going to have to go with the Houston Texans because I've put a lot of faith in Jacksonville and they've lost constantly. Who's their head coach again? I forget. Some guy off the street, I guess. But yeah, the Texans got a new coach, Romeo Crennel. He actually looks pretty decent so far. Thank God they fired Bill O'Brien when they did. Because when they went 0-4, boom, he left. I mean, Romeo Crennel looks decent, but I don't think the team. I think both teams are a mess. But I'm going to go with the Houston Texans on this one. Because I've put a lot of faith in the Jaguars recently. And hasn't gone so well. Here's another game of tank division. The Giants take on the Washington football team. A battle of the NFC East. Who can tank harder? Will it be New York or will it be Washington? I think I'm going to go with the Washington football team because they upset the Cowboys in week 7. And they were on bye this week, so yeah. Week 8, I mean. So, I'm going to go with the Washington football team for this one. The Baltimore Ravens take on the Indianapolis Colts. Who did the Colts play last week? The Lions? And the Lions lost. I mean, the Colts have a pretty good offense with Phillip Rivers. But I think the Ravens with Lamar Jackson and many others are going to pull it off. So I'm going to go with the Baltimore Ravens because, they're the powerhouse of the AFC North. And I think the Colts are the powerhouse of their division, the AFC South. But I think the Ravens are pretty much a powerhouse. Actually, the powerhouse of the AFC North is the Steelers. They lied. They're the second best team, I think. So, yeah, I think they're second place in their division right now. And I think the Browns are third, and then the Bengals are fourth. Kind of expected for the Bengals. But, okay. Speaking of the Browns and the Bengals, they're on bye week. So, I am not going to announce a winner for either team. And 2 other teams are in bye week, but I don't know which ones. So, yeah, I'm going to go with the Ravens. The Minnesota Vikings. I did this in the wrong order, but I'm going to start over. The Detroit Lions take on the Minnesota Vikings. Another tank conference. I'm going to say that. So, yeah. What did you do last week with the Colts, Detroit? I thought you were going to be a good team this year. With Okuda and I don't know who else you picked in this draft. DeAndre Swift, I don't know. But the Vikings, yeah, they still need some work. Yes, they won against the Packers in Week 8. I get that. But the Vikings still need to rebuild in order for them to get into the playoffs. But they'll probably make the playoffs because they're in the NFC North. And they've made the playoffs for a few years now. So this one's a tough matchup, but I'm going to go with Detroit because I don't think the Vikings are going to rebuild after this week. I'm going to go with Detroit. The Chicago Bears take on the Tennessee Titans, who lost to the Bengals. I think I went 8 for 14 last week. That's worse than the last time. I went much higher in week 7. How did I predict so much worse this week than I did last week? Are the Chiefs on bye week? Yeah, they're on the bye week. Never mind. They're playing the Panthers. I was just wondering. How did the Titans lose to the Bungles? I thought the Titans were supposed to be good. How? How are you that bad that you lose to the Cincinnati Bungles? Led by Joe Burrow. I get this is his rookie season, but I don't think Burrow is what the Bengals need. I think we need a new offensive line. Well, not we. I'm not from Cincy. I think the Bengals need a new offensive line. But anyways, back to this game, the Bears and the Titans, who lost to the Bungles. And the Bears lost to the Saints, 2 losing teams last week. I think the Bears played exceptionally okay. They played okay last week. And the Titans, well, they became a dumpster fire in the span of 60 minutes. So I'm going to go with the Bears because I don't think I have hope for the Titans anymore. I thought I had hope, but now in week 9, I don't think we have hope anymore. So yeah, the Bears. The Carolina Panthers take on the Kansas City Chiefs. That's why I looked to see if they were on bye week. They're on bye week next week, I think. But the Browns and the Bengals are, I think so are the Cowboys. Thank God, I don't have to watch the Cowboys play anytime soon. But I might have to. Because the Cowboys are complete trash. Yeah. I'm going to go with the Chiefs because Panthers kind of choked against the Falcons. I mean, they didn't choke as much as Falcons choking is, but they still choked nonetheless, and, lost the game, but again, they're 3-5. They have one more win than the Falcons ever had in Week 8. But Chiefs by default because Mahomes is a god. The Seattle Seahawks take on the Buffalo Bills. I'm going to go with the Seahawks because, they can play. Not saying the Bills can't, but, I don't think the Bills' defense can really stop the Seahawks because they look really good. And the Bills, they're still a walking mediocrity, but they're slightly better than a walking mediocrity. Oh, no. They're still a walking mediocrity. They just look a little bit better than a walking mediocrity. They're still called that. The walking mediocrity. So, I'm going to go with the Seahawks. The Denver Broncos take on the Atlanta Falcons. This is the ultimate choke bowl. Oh, wait, that's in week 13. But it's going to happen again. It's going to happen again. Broncos for this one. Broncos. Sorry, Falcons, you're just big chokers. You can't even keep a lead in the fourth quarter. Broncos. I'm going to say it right this time. The Las Vegas Raiders take on the Los Angeles Chargers. A division rivalry for the ages. Both teams are in the AFC West, and this is not a championship game. If it was, no, it wouldn't be. Because the Chargers are kind of like the Falcons in this regard. They blew a lead against the Broncos. I didn't know I didn't know the other leads they've blown, but they're 2-6. As far as I'm concerned, 2-5. Never mind. But in my defense, I think that the Raiders are gonna win. Why? Well, let's put it this way. They played a good game against the Bucs, but I don't think they had enough strength to, win the game. But it's the Chargers, so what do you expect? I'm going to go with the Raiders. Oh, these are the afternoon games. The Miami Dolphins, who have started their rookie quarterback Tua Tagovailoa. I finally figured out how to pronounce his name. Speaking of the Dolphins, how's Noah Igbenogany? I also figured out how to pronounce his name, too. Igbenogany. That's he's a defensive back, isn't he? He's a rookie on the Dolphins. I think he was the 30th overall pick in this draft. Take on the Arizona Cardinals. This one's a tough matchup, honestly. I know this isn't... Well, it's an AFC East team versus an NFC West team, so... I mean... It's not anything special. It's just a non-conference, non-divisional game. But two of those teams are pretty good. But why do I say the Dolphins are good? Well, they did smoke the hell out of another team last week. What was it, the Jets? Did they actually play the Jets? Oh, wait, that was week 7. I forget who they played last week, but they smoked them. But then the Cardinals are okay. I mean, they're fine. So, yeah, I'm going to go with the Dolphins. You didn't think I didn't think. This one, well, I had to really think about it for a second. So, I did say before that, I didn't say, like, I told one of my friends before that I was going to pick the Dolphins. So, yeah, I'm going to go with the Dolphins because, not that the Cardinals are bad, it's just, the Dolphins just look really good right now, and I think they have a chance. Cardinals have a chance too. So, it's probably, I think it's a 50-50 stalemate. It's not going to end up in a tie, but I think it's going to be a Dolphins win. Cowboys are not on bye week, but they are playing the undefeated Pittsburgh Steelers. 7-0. What are the Cowboys going to do this week? Score a field goal? That's it. They played the Eagles. Wait. Had to check. This isn't a tank division. This is just a tank bowl. But the Steelers aren't going to be doing a lot of tanking. It's just going to be the Cowboys. The Cowboys are going to be doing a ton of tanking. Which is why the Steelers will end up 8-0 after this week. They'll be winning half their season. So, yeah. I'm going to go with the Steelers. Another week 1 matchup. Just like week 8 with the Packers and the Vikings. The New Orleans Saints take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, led by Tom Brady. And New Orleans is going to be led by 41-year-old Drew Brees. Was drafted in 2001. By the San Diego Chargers. Played there for 5 years. Then went on to the New Orleans Saints, where he is currently the quarterback. Who did they start last week? Taysom Hill? Why did they start Taysom Hill? Was there a specific reason why Breeze was on the sidelines? I didn't catch that. I didn't catch the reason why he was on the sidelines during the game. Well, he did come back, but like in the first quarter, he was on the sidelines for some reason, and Taysom Hill was playing. So yeah, I'm gonna go with the Bucks, not because the Saints are a powerhouse, but the Bucks probably have a chance of going 7-2. Their bye week's in week 13. Everybody, we get 3 more weeks of Bucks lore before their bye week occurs in week 13. The Panthers also have their bye week in week 13. No teams will have a bye week in week 12, but the rest of the bye weeks are going to fly by in weeks 9, 10, and 11, and 13 is going to be the Bucks and the Panthers. But I'm going to go with the Bucks because why not? I did it last time, but they did lose. But then again, it was Brady's first start as a Buccaneer. So this is his 9th. This is his 9th start as a Buck. So, I'm going to go with the Bucks because I think Tom Brady has developed as a Buccaneer long enough that I think he's going to pull out for a win. Oh, by the way, who's Ben DiNucci? Well, let me check. Who's Ben DiNucci? I was looking him down. Ben DiNucci is a quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys. He's our current starter. He's our 7th rounder? Why is a 7th round quarterback starting for the Cowboys when their offense is completely shot most of the time? You don't start a rookie quarterback. Don't you have other options? I mean, who's DiNucci's backup? He's the youngest QB. He's not one of the youngest, but he's a 7th rounder. I have no justice for 7th rounders. Bucks. The New England Patriots. I don't think they're going to lose 5 straight games in a row to the New York Jets butt fumble Jets. They are the butt fumble. They've proved it for 8 weeks. They're going 0-9. This one is a guaranteed Patriots win because the Jets can't do anything. And better yet, I get to see both teams on Monday Night Football, where the game is just going to be completely botched between both teams. But the Patriots will come out with a win because Jets. But anyways, that's it for Week 9. We'll see you next week when I do predictions for Week 10.